Welcome back. This is Barely Sober Walker Talk. Season 6. Episode, who fucking knows at this point?
15.
15. I don't even know
Called
what it's
East. It's called
East. This is going to be a tough one to get through. Let's just
start off. What do you rate it?
5.1.
Really? That's kind of funny. Here's the thing. I was giving it...
I was thinking about it the whole episode, too.
Yeah, I was thinking about the whole episode. 10 minutes before the episode ended, I was giving it a 5 flat.
Me too.
And then when I was near the end, I was like, you know what, this is even worse than I thought because this ending's even horrible.
Right.
So I bumped it to a 4.5, and then after I guess Daryl gets shot, like I guess that half a point can come back.
I had the exact same thought process. I was like, this is a solid 5, and then as it went on and I realized it was about to end, I was like, you know what, this is kind of less than a 5 because I'm just so angry with this episode. And then it had a little bit of redeeming points because at least there were some moments that happened. Maggie potentially having a miscarriage or something like that.
Yeah, she's in some type of pain.
I don't know how.
She's got hunger pains.
Something's going on, and Daryl getting shot, whatever just happened at the end. That was really. But you know what? Even how every moment that happened in this episode, I just couldn't even get excited for it because even the way Daryl got shot, it's like stupid. I didn't like it. Like the whole camera is gonna get covered in blood. Like it just was cheesy and.
At least see him like go to the ground or like be in pain.
Yeah, it was just.
They just kind of like they didn't want to show it, I guess.
So this episode to me was a complete filler. Like it was an episode where they just didn't know how to fill an extra hour before the season finale. And so they just made every single character make a bunch of dumb decisions, putting everyone at risk. That's what makes me upset is like every time someone does something like Carol leaving the community, she's putting the rest of the community at risk. And she should know that. She should know people are going to come after her. Look what happened. Glenn and Michonne got kidnapped, and now Rosita and Daryl are also in trouble. Possibly.
Daryl got shot. Who knows where, but he got shot.
And it's ridiculous. Now Morgan's off on his own,
himself.
And now Daryl and Carol's still out there too. So they just lost like half their warriors.
And then now, right, they're one of their best warriors. And now when Rick realizes that these people aren't coming back, he's gonna grab a couple people and probably leave. Too.
Well, yeah, that's right. When he realizes that Michonne and all them are in trouble. It's just going to lead to, I mean, I guess that's how they're setting up the season finale, but it's just stupid. It's just lazy writing.
It's just boring. It's just this episode was just awful through the whole thing.
It was awful. And, you can bring up the point that this was all set up for the season finale, but they didn't need to walk around in circles this episode because last episode, they were already in a confrontation with the Saviors and with Dwight. So they already had that set up, so they could have just led that into the season finale. But because they had this extra episode, they made everyone go back to Alexandria, and then they made these stupid choices where they go back out, and now they're in the confrontation with the exact same people they were last episode.
Right? And now they're worse than they were.
Exactly. So it's just like a waste of time. Like, you could skip this episode entirely.
Yeah, I was literally thinking, I actually told a couple people who haven't seen Walking Dead, I was like, oh my god, this season's so good, you need to get on it. Skip the other seasons, just start at episode 6. I want to be like, no, it's actually awful again. Don't even watch.
So, yeah, but at the same time, we both gave it a 5.1. So there are some things we did like about that episode. So it's not going to be a long list.
Carol she's still on her feet, knows how to kill people, be sudden, be a little tricky. She's got the gun up the sleeve. Mm-hmm. Took out through 4 of the saviors. One's, I guess, still walking towards Morgan and Carol, trying to find them.
So I thought that was kind of cool, but it was so undercut by the fact that what Carol was doing was so stupid to begin with.
She's had the panic attack.
Yeah, and also how could you think I'm gonna leave this safe walled-in community because I don't want to kill anymore. But you're gonna go out onto the road where
that ended quick.
Literally,
she's killing people in the first 10 minutes.
I know
of the episode.
Goddamn.
What else happened?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I liked, and it's probably something you found really boring. But I actually liked the conversation between Rick and Morgan because I'm happy that
Yeah.
Morgan finally told Rick about the wolf.
Right.
And I'm happy they kind of like got that out in the air, because I hate when like characters hold secrets from other characters. I don't know why. It's something that bugs me in shows, because I'm like, in real life, I feel like everyone in such a situation, everyone kind of like know about what's going on. I don't know. So
yeah, it was like, well, it's like bringing it back to the first season. Morgan and Rick are back together, kind of traveling.
That was cool.
As much as they've changed.
And Morgan wasn't
cool
as whiny of a bitch as he's been, I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
Rick stabbed that dude in the face. He didn't even say anything. So I was waiting for Morgan to be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Thank God he didn't.
He knew that guy was dead, I guess, so he kind of let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so Morgan's going after Carol. I'm sure he's going to find Carol. Now,
is this the end of Carol? Like,
I don't know. Do Carol and Morgan run off into the moonlight because they don't want to kill anybody anymore? Or does Morgan really try to convince Carol to come back?
I don't know. Yeah, I really have no idea where they're taking this. They've been building up this Carol and Morgan storyline, and both of them have been mysteries to me. Like, why even bring Morgan back into the show just to have him kind of always be like, all life is precious, all life is precious. Like, no one's even listening to him anyway, you know? And then having Carol go through this crisis. I don't know what the end game is, you know? Is it going to be their downfall? Or are they just gonna peace out together, like you said? I don't really see that happening, but I don't know. Or maybe this is maybe this is Carol's season. Maybe she's dying next week, and they've just been giving her this long story arc that's gonna conclude.
Another one thing that I thought was just cool, just Maggie getting a haircut. Looking all hot.
Yeah, I actually said that too while I was watching. I was like, this is the most exciting thing about the episode.
She got a haircut.
She got a haircut, and it's a bad sign when like that's the one thing that you're like, oh, this is different. This is interesting.
That's when you get sad when the girl gets a haircut.
And what the heck? She didn't even like talk to Glenn about that. Glenn's gonna come back and be like, yo, Maggie, what the fuck?
Yo, I like long hair.
I like your long hair.
What happened? I was just washing your hair in the shower.
You look like a boy now.
I'm not into that. So Daryl gets shot the last second of the episode.
Doing something stupid again. Just everyone just doing stupid things left and right.
So let's just... Obviously, he's not dead, and I'm sure he's not going to die. Yeah. You can't have Dwight kill Daryl.
I think you can have Dwight kill Daryl, because Dwight is most like if they follow the source material, Dwight is going to be a pretty major character going forth. So, but it just seems too early. Like, the audience doesn't even really know who Dwight is yet.
Right.
And what a bullshit way for Daryl to die. So, I definitely think that's not...
In a terrible episode in the last second.
And just the way it was filmed, it was like mad cheesy.
It would be disrespectful to
wasn't that like
Norman Reedus? I feel like
it was like a cartoon at the end. Like, he just snuck up and was like, "Oh," shoots him, and then like the screen just turns red. It's like,
you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, it was weird. Maybe some people thought that was cool, but it was
awful. That was just awful. Just like, plain this episode.
Yeah, God, just
plain awful.
Who is the director of this episode?
Michael E. Sanzarmis.
Yeah, I don't know him. I hope they don't give him
yeah, please. Oh my god.
Yeah, so 5.1, but I was thinking while I was watching it, I was complaining and you and me were texting, and we both had our issues with it. But I was thinking, like, if this episode landed in, like, the middle of season 2, we probably would have thought it was, like, the coolest episode ever.
Maybe.
So you gotta, like, kind of keep that in mind. Like, we're a little jaded on the show now, you know? So when you see, like, Carol killing a bunch of people, we're used to it. So...
I don't know, I'm just always expecting... I think I expect too much of the show. Yeah. And I want more excitement. And
because when the show's good, it's really good.
Yeah.
when it's bad,
it's really bad.
It's just disappointing. So yeah, I 5.1. I stick by that.
I'm sticking to my 5.
Slightly better than
they were acting, and there was just storyline, so you give it a 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how much
Right.
lower? What kind of show is worth going
Right.
over if it's
Definitely.
lower than a 5?
So I'm gonna say this is definitely the weakest episode of the half season. We both agree on that. I think this is maybe the weakest episode of the entire season too.
Yeah.
I might have to go back. You know what other episode I really didn't like, which is kind of similar in a way? It was the episode where Dwight was first introduced. I really didn't like that either.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was another episode where I felt like they were just going in circles and Daryl was making a bunch of really dumb decisions. And it's like sometimes they don't know, they like have storyline points that they want to get to and they just don't know how to get there. So they just recycle the same ideas, like, oh, like let's just have Daryl want to like go out for vengeance, you know, and he's not going to listen to his friends that he's survived with for the past couple of years, even though they're giving him good advice. And you know, I don't know, just pretty upsetting episode. I really don't have too much to say.
That's about it. I mean, like and subscribe to Barely Sober News and Reviews. Big breaking news, real quick. Barely Sober News and Reviews has a Twitter and Facebook page. Find us on Facebook, Barely Sober News and Reviews. Twitter, Barely Sober Reviews. You can follow us. So we'll be tweeting and posting all sorts of goodness, geek style.
Yeah, and comment below too. Let us know what you thought of this episode. Maybe some of you out there liked it.
Maybe, yeah. Let us know.
don't know,
Maybe we're
maybe.
bums and we don't know what we're talking
We're
about.
bombs. We're sounding pretty sourpuss right now. So
Well, until next week, season finale, episode 16. See how that goes. Maybe next week we'll bring us all back.
Negan's showing up.
Negan's showing up with the nailed, was it barbed wire baseball bat?
Yep.
We'll see. All right, that's it. This is Barely Sober News and Reviews. I'm George.
And I'm Chris Jokas.
Peace.